Everyone, please turn on your video. Let me share my screen. So we'll start with you, Nishka. Can you please recite Mangalacharan?
Jnananti marandasya jnanam jnanashalakaya takshurve anumantama hina tasmai Shri Gurudeva Namah.
Archita? Archita, can you sing, please? Recite.
Sri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swalam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadam Tikam.
Thank you. Shreya?
Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha.
Rishi?
Yes, Prabhuji. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Tinamine.
You can continue. Finish them.
Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine.
Shriram?
Namo Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Saraswati Namine.
Please continue. Finish the entire mantra. This is all one mantra, so please.
Shri Devi Daitya
Dayitaya?
Daitaya Kripatya Kripabdaye Krishna Sambandha Vijna Na Dayin Prabhave Nama Madhura Yogi Vala Premadya Sri Rupanuga Bhaktida Sri Goda Karuna Sakti Vigura Namostute.
Last one.
Namaste Godavani Sri Murte Dinatarine Rupang Yuga Virdu Pashtadhyanta Davanti Harine.
Thank you. Sonika?
Namo Gaura Kishoraya Sakshad Paryagya Mudite Vipalamba Rasambodhi Padambujya Tenama.
Monica is there?
Yeah. Namo Bhakta Vinodaya Sachidananda Namine Gaura Sakti Sarupaya Rupanagavarayate.
Tanvi?
Gauravi Sajjana
भूमि से त्वं निदर्श सच जान पर्यः वैष्णव सर्वभूमा श्री जगन्नाथ ते नमः.
Thank you. Tanvi?
Vantakalpatarubhyascha kripasindubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah.
Thank you. Radha?
Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gaurav Tvishe Namaha.
Purva Mataji?
Panchatattvatmakam Krishnam Bhaktarupa Swarupakam Bhaktavataram Bhaktakyam Namami Bhakta Shaktikam.
Sai Krish?
हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते।
Gaurahari Prabhu.
जेतं सरतो पंगुर्ममन्दामतिर्गति तत्सर्वस्वपदाम्बोज राधा मदनमोहन
Meghna Mataji.
दिव् दिव्यद्वृन्दारण्यकल्पद्रुमद श्रीमद् रत्नगर सिंहासनस्थौ श्रीमद् राधाश्रीला गोविन्द देवौ प्रेष्ठतलिभिः सेव्यमानौ स्मरामि।
Very good. Shyam Prabhu.
श्रीमन् रसाराम्बि वंशी वता तथा सिता कृष्ण
Karshan.
कर्षन् वेणु स्वनेर्गोपीर् गोपीनाथ श्रियस्तुना
Thank you. Sindura.
तपात कंचार गौरंगी राधे
Vrindavaneshwari.
वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभावनी सुते देवी प्रणामी हरि प्रिय।
Thank you. So we can all Udit.
Yes, Prabhuji. जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैता गदाधरा श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंदा।
We can all recite together. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
कृष्णा
Krishna,
कृष्णा
Hare
हरे
Hare,
हरे हरे
Hare
राम
Rama,
हरे
Hare
राम
Rama, Rama
राम
Rama,
राम
Hare Hare.
हरे हरे।
Mukam karoti vachalam bangam nandete grimit kruta krupadam tamaham mande Shri Gurum Dinataranam Paramananda Madhavam Shri Chaitanya Ishwaram. So welcome to the Sunday school this week. Before we start, there was one boy. This boy is very mischievous. So his mother gives him chastisement every now and then because he is so mischievous and he troubles his parents. So one day, as he was playing in a room, his mother comes and he was little scared. He's trying to avoid his mother. So his mother asks him, "What's wrong with you?" And then this boy says, I get troubled now and then, even though I don't do anything. And his mother like, "Oh, okay. What didn't you do?" And then this boy says, "I did not do my homework." And he starts running away from the home, right? So I don't know if you got the joke. You didn't get the joke?
Yeah, I got the joke.
Okay.
I got it.
Maybe I didn't say it properly. So today we'll do Kahoot first, and then we'll discuss little. I said I'll show you a little video about reincarnation. So last time, just synopsis of what we discussed before we go to Kahoot. So reincarnation means once we go into a different body. When a person leaves this body, gross body, then the person with a subtle body, he enters into a different material body, right? And this keeps on repeating until he is purified. That means he purifies, he gets rid of his subtle body also. So until then he has to go through this reincarnation. Okay, so let's start with Kahoot. um, I hope you like it, because the other platform, I quizzes, I didn't had much idea on it. Maybe next time I'll try to do it on quizzes, but for now please bear with me and we'll do Kahoot. Okay, let me share my screen. Oh, how do I? Okay, let me do the 1 second. It's still coming up. How do I play? 1 second. Give me 1 minute.
Prabhuji, if you're trying to share your screen, you have to stop share and then reshare.
Okay. So, okay. I stopped the sharing. It's done, right?
Yeah, Prabhuji, you stop sharing.
Yeah, it's done.
All the questions need to be completed before starting time.
The answer is too long.
Yeah. Just remove this one. Okay.
Move your screen.
Sorry, 1 second. I'm trying to. Okay. Let me share my screen now. Again, where is Kahoot? Okay. Can you all see my screen now?
No.
No, Prabhuji.
Oh,
No,
now I can.
now we can see.
Yeah, now we can see Prabhuji.
So which option should I select? Okay.
Could we do team mode?
No, we can't because we need same devices.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Okay.
Now we all have to go to Kahoot.it and put in the code.
Hmm? So everybody has the link, right? Aradhya has sent. It's kahoot.it.
Prabhuji, I only got to send it to you because it's like disabled for.
Okay, sorry. Yeah, let me put it.
Kahoot quiz.
Okay, cool. You just watch it here since you can't participate.
I can actually.
Okay.
Are people still joining? I see 22 people. 22.
I just
Okay.
joined.
Okay. Let's give one more minute before we start.
Prabhuji, there are
Yeah.
actually 24 people.
24, yeah, right now. But in the okay, I think we are all done. The rest are teachers. So, so let's start now. So whatever you have learned in first and last week, last month and last week. So. Oh. So 13 said the answer, right? So it is sun. Oh, one said correct?
Only one person said it correct.
Why? Okay,
I
so
misclicked.
okay, that's fine. Okay, let's move to the next question. So the three phases of absolute truth are we've read the three phases of absolute truth. One is impersonal Brahman, and the other one is Paramatma, or the localized feature, and the third one is the supreme personality of Godhead, person. So these three aspects are compared. The example was given with the sun, right? So let's Shreya. She answered right. Okay, let's go to the next question. Krishna and the living entities. Why I can't hear? So individuality. So Krishna and living entities are individual and they are eternal. So that's the answer. Sorry if the time is a little less. I'll try to increase it next time. So we'll go to the. How is Krishna's individuality not material? So it's because Krishna affirms his individuality. That means he knows the past, present, and future. And if Krishna is himself deluded, then there is no. I mean, there is no value for Bhagavad Gita. So 10 people said the right answer. It's good. And let's continue. The fourth one. Good. Most of you said the right answer. That's great. Let's continue the next one. Shreya is leading, and then Purva Mataji is next. Sahasra. What is spread all over the body? Most of you said the right answer. It is the consciousness that is spread all over the body because of the presence of the soul. Purva Mataji is leading now. Good. What is the size of the soul? It is 1/10,000th part of the tip of the hair. We should remember this one. It is 1/10,000 part of the tip of the hair. Good. Let's continue to the next one. The soul is floating in how many kinds of airs situated within the heart? There are some airs on which the soul is floating. 5 airs. One is prana, apana, vyana, udana, and samana. So these are called life airs, and on this the soul is floating. And also there are different kinds of airs, 10 kinds of airs within the body. And if those airs are imbalanced, then there is disease in our body. So when we do pranayam or these breathing exercises, what it does is it tries to balance these airs. So when these airs are properly balanced, then you wouldn't have diseases. So let's. Purva Mataji is still leading. Sonika, Monica are behind. Let's continue. If the soul is indestructible, then why animal slaughter is abominable? Good. Most of you put the right answer because of all of the three. Yeah. I'm sorry, the questions may be a little longer and the time is little short. I didn't realize it. So maybe next time if we make it, I'll try to make it nicely. Sonika, Monica are on fire. Puramaji is still leading. Let's continue. Does the soul produce any byproduct? Wonderful. Soul doesn't produce. It is the material body who produces the byproduct. Very nice. So Mataji is still leading. No change. So let's continue. What are the characteristics of the soul? Good. All of the above. It is unborn, indestructible. You have said these characteristics of soul last class. So good. That's good. Sonika, Monica are leading. Very nice. And Shreya is following. Rishi, very nice. Let's continue. What is gross body made up of? It is earth, water, 5 air and ether. Yeah, that's the gross body made up of. Okay, let's continue. Shreya is leading again. Rishi is on fire. Good. Let's continue. What is subtle body made up of? Good. Most of you put the right answer. Mind, intelligence, and false ego. No change. So let's continue. True or false? When a person dies, he leaves his gross body. Most of you put the right answer. No change. Let's continue. 5 players on a fire. Okay. When a person is purified, he doesn't leave his gross and subtle body. He does not leave his gross and subtle body. Meaning a purified. That's right. So when a purified person, that means a pure devotee, when he leaves his body, he leaves not only the gross body but also the subtle body. So the answer is false because he does not leave, right? So yeah. So Monica came ahead. Shreya Mata is still leading and she's on fire. Okay, last one. Reincarnation means. Most of you put the right answer. Good. Sai Krishpalaji is third place. Rishi is second. Winner is Shreya Mataji. And runners are Gaura Hari Prabhu and Sonika Monica. Very good. So we'll stop here on this Kahoot. Sorry if it is little faster. So last week we have seen the example of whom we spoke of last week. Anybody remember?
Shikandi and Bhishma.
Right. What was Shikandi's previous birth's name?
Amba.
Amba. Very nice. So Amba, if you see, Amba, she took 3 births out of vengeance or out of anger to get that revenge from Bhishma, right? So can anybody tell a person who took many births just to serve the Lord or in a right mood? Does anybody remember?
Jada
Bharat. Okay. Who else? Does anybody remember any other person who has reincarnated?
Gajendra.
Gajendra. Yes. Gajendra. Because of the curse, he had to reincarnate, come back again.
Was it reincarnation or is he just like shifted like in that same life?
No, reincarnation, like he came back again.
The 2 gate servants that like they took birth of demons 3 times.
Demons, but not in the right mood, right? Not in the mood to serve them.
Hiranyakashipu and Hiranyaksha.
Yes, that's the same thing Shreya has just told. But they were in the mood of trying to, in a fighting spirit, right? They were like enemies for the Lord. I mean, you can say, right, that is also true. But yeah, there are many devotees like Jada Bharat, and yeah, somebody wants to say something.
Yeah, the cowherd boys that Krishna was with, they were all demigods, right?
Some of them are demigods, some of them are the eternal associates of Krishna. You're right. So when Krishna comes into this material world, he comes with his entourage. Along with him comes his eternal friends or eternal beings, Nitya Siddha devotees, eternal devotees. So they are the ones who will be in the close circle of Krishna, and some of the demigods are also have also taken birth as devotees. That's right. And one example I could think of is Vedavathi. Do you remember who is Vedavathi? Anybody know who is Vedavathi?
I've heard of her, but I forgot her exact story.
Okay.
Oh wait, was it with Ravana? Was
Yeah, but who is she? You're right, Shreya.
Sita?
Not Sita,
Or not
but
like but the other one.
right.
the
Yes, you're right.
Yeah.
Yep, that's her. Yes. So this Vedavati, she was the daughter of a sage, and when she was of marriageable age, and then his father wanted to marry her to a suitable groom, but she said, I won't be marrying anyone else other than Krishna or Vishnu. So what she did, I want to dedicate my life for the service of Krishna. So she left to to the forest, and she was worshipping. She was doing austere tapasya, and as she was doing, her hairs were matted. She was, hardly taking any care of the body. Mm. And you might be knowing the story. One day, Ravana, he was flying in his airplane, and he saw her. She was so beautiful. So he came down and he said, you are a very beautiful woman. What are you doing in this? What are you doing in this forest? You need a good husband, and you can become my queen, and you can rule all the three worlds. Because I am Ravan, I conquered the three worlds. When Ravana, he raises his eyebrows, just by raising his eyebrows, even the demigods are afraid of him. Nishka, you're right. You just raised your eyebrow. But when you and me raises eyebrow, nothing happens, right? But when Ravana, he raises his eyebrows, even the demigods, they fear. So this Ravan, he said, Vedavati, I think I am the suitable husband for you. You are very beautiful, and I want to marry you. And Vedavati, she said, she rejected. My life is only for Vishnu. And since Vedavati rejected, uh, Ravana, he wanted to abduct her by force. So he came, and he tried to pull her by grabbing her hand, and then immediately Vedavati, she became, restless, and she was so much mad upon Ravana for his behavior. So she cursed him, saying that I'll be the cause of your death. And then what did she do? She increased the fire element within her body. So there are 5 elements in our body, right? Earth, water, fire, air, and ether. So can anybody say there is fire in our body?
In the
How is the fire there in our body?
In the body there's fire because like to digest food, right?
Yes.
To digest
Yes.
food we need fire.
Right.
Like,
Yeah, right. When we take temperature,
Isn't there also like an anger fire, like in the body?
yes, anger fire. Yes, you're right. Yes. So when we take the temperature, 97.3 is the body temperature, right? So our body is like a oven. Yes. If the body's heat temperature is raised, then we become sick. If the body temperature decreases, we become sick. We might even die because of high temperature or lower temperature, right? So since our body is controlled oven, can you believe how Krishna has designed? So what she did, Vedavathi, she increased the fire element in her body, and she burned herself to ashes. And the same Vedavathi, she again came as Maya Sita. So when Ravan was about to abduct Mother Sita days before, Rama, being the Supreme Personality of Godhead, he knew. And what he did, he hid Mother Sita. He entrusted Mother Sita in charge, meaning in the control of fire god. So he requested fire god to come and take care of Mother Sita. And fire god, since she increased the fire element in her body, right? Who? Vedavathi. So she was with fire god. So fire god, he gave this Maya Sita, Vedavathi, and she was staying as Sita. So the Ravana who abducted Sita is not the real Sita, but she is Maya Sita, and she was going through so much of trouble in Lanka. If you remember, it is not that Ravana he kept Mother Sita in the Lanka, like Ashoka forest, Ashoka groves garden, and he was not just pleading her, he was threatening. And not only just Ravan, but also his servants there, demons, all the demons, everybody is torturing, please submit, get married, married with Ravana. So Mother Sita, she stayed for 9 months, right? If someone comes to you and if someone wants something from you, suppose you have a nice chocolate and your sibling, you have a sibling or your friend, he comes and saying, brother, I want this chocolate. Brother, I want this chocolate. Sister, I want this. I want this. I want. Keep on irritating, torturing you. How long can you bear? Maybe for half an hour, your friend tortures you. Maybe half an hour, and you say, you might eat it, but in this case, if you should not eat it. So how long can you bear? You can't. After half an hour, you say, here, take it. Right? I don't want this chocolate. Right? There is a story, nice story that was said by Prabhupada. The story of crow. A crow, what happened? Suddenly, as it was flying, it saw a wonderful piece of bread. So this crow, as soon as it saw this piece of bread, it went there and grabbed the piece of bread, and he thought, let me fly to a nice place. The bread is hot and very tasty. So let me sit nicely on a tree branch and eat peacefully. So as the crow, grabbing the bread in its mouth, as it's in its beak and it's flying, the rest of the crows, it saw the bread. They all saw the bread. And what did they do? They are chasing the crow, which has the bread. Said, we want it. And they're trying to snatch the bread from its beak. So this crow, it tried to escape from these people and go to a secluded place and enjoy this piece of bread. So it went left, it went right, it went up, it went down. No matter where the crow went, the other crows followed it. And this crow, after some time, said, these crows, they are torturing me like this. Let me, I don't want this. Let me be peaceful first. No, I don't even want this bread. So what did it do? It opened its beak and the bread fell down. And as soon as the bread fell down, one of the crow, it grabbed that bread. And who are the other crows following now? The crow which had the bread. The first crow, nobody is following it now, right? It's the other crow which had the bread. So in the same way, this Mother Sita, she was tortured not only with the words, but mentally, she was being tortured, and she was faithful to Lord Ram. Right? Even after 9 months of going through so much troubles, she was faithful to Lord Ram. And you can't believe she did not even think of renouncing Lord Rama even for one moment. Can you imagine? Even for in her mind, she did not think, let me leave Lord Ram. My Lord Ram is not going to come. No, she did not even think like that. Even for a moment. Moment is 1/12 of a second. So that much trouble she went through. And finally, when Lord Ram came, and you all know what happened. Lord Ram asked Lakshman to put up a fire, bring the woods and put up a fire. For what? So that Mother Sita would be tested. And everybody had faith in Mother Sita. Even Ram had faith in Mother Sita. But why he had to do that? 2 reasons. Can anybody say why?
To show Ayodhya that she's a chaste.
Yes, that is right. And one more? Because she is not the real Sita, right? So if she enters fire, then the fire god will switch the Sita back, right? So and Rama and Sita can be united again. So in this story, Vedavathi, she went through so much of troubles. Not only just her, but there are many devotees who went through so much of troubles, going birth after birth, just to get this service to Lord Ramchandra or Lord Krishna. So, so we also are living entities. We everybody wants to enjoy, right? Everybody wants to be happy, but we go through troubles even though we don't want it. Why? Because we are not in the correct place to be happy. So our nature of our soul is to be happy all the time. When we develop this love towards Krishna, or when we develop this loving service towards Krishna, that is only when we can truly be happy. This happiness is not just the happiness, but it is always increasing. Can you imagine happiness that is increasing every time and every moment? So that is the happiness that we'll get. So we have to go through this reincarnation for many times until we purify ourselves and get rid of our subtle and gross body. So I have a video that I would like to share. Let me, you all can see my screen. Which screen are you seeing? The video reincarnation?
Yeah, we can see it, Babaji.
If I play, will you all be able to hear?
That depends if you shared the screen sound.
1 second. Let me stop. Reshare it. How should I do it? Anybody has any idea?
Yeah,
on the left-hand corner on the bottom, there should be a little checkbox, and it will say "Share screen sound."
Like you have to stop screen sharing and then start screen sharing again. And when it shows the options, then in the bottom left corner, it'll show.
I don't think you need to stop share. You can there should be this like little menu on the side where you can click it and should have the option. But if it doesn't, you can just stop share and
okay.
share.
I think I got it. Yep. So can you hear now?
Yes.
Okay.
German philosopher Arthur Schopenhauer, in his book Parega and Paralipomena II, states, "Were an Asiatic to ask me for a definition of Europe, I should be forced to answer him, it is that part of the world which is haunted by the incredible delusion that man was created out of nothing and that his present birth is his first entrance into life." Reincarnation, the idea that we return in another body after the death of our current body, has fascinated people throughout history. Wisdom traditions all over the globe, throughout most of known history, have considered reincarnation as an integral tenet of their worldviews. Even pharaonic Egypt, polytheistic Greece and Rome, Taoism, Zoroastrianism, and a global potpourri of ethnic shamanism and tribal beliefs accepted reincarnation. Considering the overwhelming global acceptance of reincarnation, it is no wonder that Schopenhauer considered the European disbelief in reincarnation as an incredible delusion. With the global expansion of European colonialism, disbelief in reincarnation spread to the West and the westernized parts of the world. Still, even today, 1/3 of the world population believes in reincarnation. And interestingly, even in the skeptical West, a significant number of eminent personalities have always accepted reincarnation. To name a renowned few would be Italian philosopher Giordano Bruno, Greek mathematician Pythagoras, Greek philosopher Plato, French philosopher François Voltaire, US statesman, philosopher and inventor Benjamin Franklin, German poet and dramatist Johann Wolfgang von Goethe, English poet William Wordsworth, American philosopher and writer Ralph Waldo Emerson, German composer Richard Wagner, American social critic, writer and philosopher Henry David Thoreau, Russian novelist and social critic Leo Tolstoy, American writer Mark Twain, English playwright George Bernard Shaw, American automobile pioneer Henry Ford, English writers Rudyard Kipling and W. Somerset Maugham, Swiss psychiatrist and psychologist Carl Jung, and American novelist and short story writer Isaac Bashevis Singer. In addition to these eminent Western thinkers who accepted reincarnation, today even the general populace is increasingly accepting it. According to a survey conducted by the Pew Research Forum in 2009, nearly 24% of Americans believe in reincarnation. Similar statistics have been found for European countries. Thus, times seem to be changing since Schopenhauer's wry observation.
So I want to show you, this is just the theory part of the reincarnation. I want to share one more video, but we are running out of time. Maybe I'll share, there are 5 stories of 5 kids. They are of not more than 5 years, and they were remembering their past life and how they were sharing their experiences of what was happened with them in the past life. So maybe I'll share that video next session, next class, and we'll talk about one more story nicely on reincarnation. So with that, I want to take attendance before we leave. 1 second. Let me stop my share, and let me grab all of you here. 1 second, please. Can everybody please turn on their videos and put your real names so that I can take a picture of your for attendance. That's one. So any questions? I'm sorry if the route is little fast and you didn't get time to answer them. but we'll next week I'll play that video. That's an interesting video. I liked it. It's an experience of 5 kids. It's a short video, like 10 minutes. So I'll share with you next week. Thank you very much, and we'll see you next week. Srila Prabhupada ki
Jai.
Jai.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you,
Prabhuji.
Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you.
Thank
Bye.
you. Bye. Shri Gauranga Mataji, I have made you host.
Prabhuji, is it the same link for the next class?
Yes.
Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Hare Krishna. I have taken that attendance, Mataji. I'll fill it out.
Yes, Prabhuji. Yes, yes, yes.
Thank you. Hare
Thank
Krishna.
you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Dandavat pranam. Hemanga Gopi Mataji.
Bye-bye.